There is probably no reasonable or rational explanation for why the Sugarcane Production Committee decided last week to cut delivery quotas for farmers in all three associations. Because of the delay in the start of the crop, farmers already stand to sustain losses because of cane which will be left in the field. And then, the decision by the S.C.P.C. out of the blue. The timing, quite frankly, raises eyebrows, and indeed, it raised the immediate wrath of cane farmers.
They revised the production estimate from 1.4 million to 1.2 million. Apparently, it had not been done it has never been done, some said that. They revised the estimate in the middle of a crop or before the crop finishes. And what this did is it reduced the delivery quotas of the branches, of the 18 branches, by a total of 172,000 tons, thereabouts. And BSI, which is Cane Growing Project, and Research, which are owned by BSI, ASR BSI, their quota was increased by 11,000 tons.
While we said there is likely no justifiable rationale for the decision, there is an explanation of sorts, and it entails separating the real farmers from, we guess, the not-so-real farmers.
With all respect to the intention of the S.C.P.C. and the surveys is to gradually iron out people who don't have the production. There are a lot of people who have made sacrifices. There are a lot of cane farmers who have borrowed money from the banks, from financial institutions. They have invested. They need time to put their production to the factory. That was, or that is, and continues to be, the essence behind a production estimate. To give those real farmers, I would say the real farmers, the opportunity to get their product to the factory.
What is your definition of a real farmer?
Those who have the cane.
So who determines who has the cane and who doesn't? Who determines which farmer is real and which farmers aren't real?
Sir, how we will not have no production when fair trade, they brought the implementation of replanting. And when they said replanting, all the cane farmers plant, probably 90% of the cane farmers here planted about, let's say, 5 to 3 acres. And now we have more than the amount. And I saw a news this morning, I saw a talk show with Mr. Carballo and McLachlan. They were saying that 1.4 million tons of cane does not exist on the fields. I can say that, and they can prove that also. So what I say that, myself, I have probably, I would say, with about 100 tons if they don't implement, if they don't give us back that, and then I will owe the bank.
Only myself, I had a quota of 707 to deliver this crop, and it was slashed down to 624. I lost 83 tons, and even with the 707, I would have stayed with cane on the field. Now imagine with 83 tons less, I will say with more cane on the field. So it posed a problem not only with leaving cane on the field, but also in paying my debt with the bank. So, and not only for me, that goes across to all the farmers. So the only ones that benefit from this was BSI CGP that got almost 10,500 increase. And CEDA that I heard that got 750 tons increase.
So what it boils down to is this. You have a situation where everybody who grows and delivers cane, the farmers and ASR BSI, is scrambling to deliver as much cane as they can to the factory before the rains start. And suddenly, at crunch time, the S.C.P.C. decides to cut cane farmers' quotas while increasing the quota for ASR BSI. So who makes up the S.C.P.C.? Interestingly, the chairman of the SICB seemed to develop a serious case of selective amnesia when we asked.
The composition of the S.C.P.C., not to my knowledge, there are members of each of the associations. At that meeting, there were 3 members of BSCFA, one from BSCFA, one from Corozal Sugarcane Producers, and one from Progressive. They were there.
How much votes does BSI have?
If I'm not mistaken, I think the number of voting is parallel. It's parallel. No, it's parallel to the number of votes for the associations, as it is in the SICB. But there are 3 for the manufacturers and 3 for the producers.
But BSI here in this in the S.C.P.C. is a farmer, right? So why would BSI has more than one vote?
As I say, I cannot recall properly at this time what is the composition, but I don't think it was more than the others. I don't think it was more than the others.
We note that the decision was suspended by the SICB on Monday. We note also that according to Martinez, the revising of quotas will happen, just not this time. Mike Rodon for News 5.